And John Paul II received her, she went to confession, she and spiritual direction. And this woman said, Karol Wojtyla I was able to recover the faith in the human being. She said, I haven't lost my faith in God. I still, after the concentration camp, I still believed in God. I still believed that there was a God, but I had lost my faith in the human being. My friends had betrayed me. My enemies had tortured me. I didn't believe in the human being. And John Paul II recovered the sense of faith in the human being, not because we are strong, but because God himself has become a human being and has lived our lives. Because he himself has lived in a body and has lived human love. So what John Paul II is saying is, you can believe in love. Love is strong enough to give you happiness. Love is strong enough to build a life upon it. Life without love, he said, is meaningless. You don't find who you are until you find love. If you don't find love, your life is without a sense, without a meaning. It's very weak. When we are alone, we are very weak. And it is very small, because we don't give fruit. So he said, this is why it's so important to talk about the theology of the body. Because love is first experienced in our bodies. We experience feelings, we experience desires of attraction between a man and a woman, affectivity that links us to other persons. Now, we may ask, how is the body able to sustain a big building? How can we rely on the body which seems so fragile, which seems so vulnerable? How can we trust the body? This is what John Paul II answers to us. The body is important. Maybe in our culture we don't grasp this because we think of the body as a limit. We are not free because we are in the body. Remember this movie, The Matrix, in which people going out of the body were able to do a lot of things. They just connected to a machine and they were able to jump, to do things that in the body you cannot do. So, is it the body a limit to my freedom? Am I not free because I am in the body? And then, because of this, the body becomes my own project. I want to break this limit. I don't want the limit of the body. Therefore, I ask something to transform my body. I want a better body. And biotechnology comes to our help. We can transform our body. Make the body we want to have. If we don't like this body, make another body. John Paul II said this is a lie. This is to lie with the body. The body has a different language. It is not a limit. It is not just my own project. The body puts me in relationship and therefore allows me to receive something, to receive a mystery. In the body, I receive something that is greater than the body. In the body, I enter into a relationship. And in this way, I am able to build up something that does not come from me alone, that comes from another. This solidity that Benedict is talking about is not done with my own strength. It is received from someone. My body tells me, you have received everything you have. The body tells you that you are a child, that you have been born, and therefore you have received your own being. The first step of the theology of the body is to say thank you, is to understand that you come from love, that you are not alone because someone has generated you, has given you life. I will just go very briefly. There are like 3 experiences that in this book, Call to Love, summarizing the theology of the body, are explained. The first is, the body tells me that I am a child, that I have received everything. It tells me in the attraction between man and woman that I can give me to another person and receive this other person, become one flesh. And it tells me that I can generate. I can become a father and a mother. So in the body, my life becomes greater. I am able to establish relationships that change who I am. Not only what I have, but who I am, my own being. Now I am the child of this father and this mother. I am the spouse of my husband or my wife. I am a father of my child or a mother. We only understand ourselves when we understand these relationships. And therefore, the theology of the body becomes a path. the path of understanding that we are children, that we can give ourselves to others as spouses, and that we can bear fruit as father and mother. The theology of the body is not just for a minute. We cannot learn it just in 1 hour or in one week. The church does not solve all the problems that we have in our affections or in our desires just in a moment. It opens up a way. To us, it doesn't say, I have the solution ready, like fast food. I have the solution that you need to walk. I open to you a path, and that should be enough for you. Start the path. Believe in love, trust that it has a fulfillment for you, and start the path. I finish with one idea of Pope Benedict. He said, in the year of the priesthood, at the end of the year of the priesthood, he said, God has a lot of audacity. It's the audacity of God because he puts himself in the hands of a priest. Now God can enter into the hands of a priest. He is at the mercy of the priest. Well, we can say the theology of the body is the audacity of God. God has a lot of courage because he has taken up a body which is the place of vulnerability. In the body we can be touched, we can be wounded because of our emotions or affections. We can enter into relationships that change who we are, and God has entered this place. He has become vulnerable. He can let himself be wounded by us in order to enter to the core of who we are. By entering into the body, he understands everything that happens in our body, and he closes a covenant with us. I finish here. I just wanted to indicate to you a resource that the John Paul II Institute for Studies on Marriage and Family we have developed. It is called 30 Questions to Learn How to Love. If you go to calltolove.com, you can download. These are 30 questions by young people asking if love is possible and how is it possible to love. Thank you so much.